Chapter 4 D'Artagnan's Visitor. When Monsieur de Treville learned of the defeat of the cardinal's guards, he scolded the musketeers in public, but congratulated them in private. The king, too, was delighted to see Richelieu embarrassed, for although he gave the cardinal great power, he also enjoyed seeing him suffer defeat as well. King Louis XIII summoned the four friends to the palace to congratulate them. "Come in, my brave men," said the king. D'Artagnan and the three musketeers approached their king and bowed. When Louis saw the young Gascon, he exclaimed, "Why, you are just a boy! Yet you fought so bravely alongside my musketeers. I must reward you. Here, take these 40 pistoles. Surely you can put them to good use, since you are new to Paris." D'Artagnan took the handful of gold coins and bowed deeply. "Thank you, sire," he said. "And now, gentlemen," added the king, "I thank all you for your devotion to me." Once the men had left the palace, D'Artagnan asked his friends how he should spend his money. Athos suggested that first they all enjoy a good dinner. Porthos then suggested that D'Artagnan hire a lackey, a servant, to take care of his needs, and Aramis suggested that he find a place to live. Once all three had been accomplished, D'Artagnan settled down to the life of a cadet. For several months he trained enthusiastically and spent all his free time with the Musketeers. Yet, in spite of their close friendship, D'Artagnan learned very little about the private lives of the three men. He knew only that Athos was a nobleman with an unhappy love affair in his past, that Porthos was having a romance with a duchess who wanted to marry him, and that Aramis hoped to become a priest when he left the service of the Musketeers. As time went on, D'Artagnan did learn, however, that 40 pistoles didn't last forever. His pockets were nearly empty when one day his lackey, Planchet, showed in a visitor. The short, stout man in his 50s looked familiar, but D'Artagnan wasn't sure from where. He greeted the man and asked if he could be of service. "I know you are a brave cadet, Monsieur d'Artagnan," said the man, "and I always see you with the daring musketeers. So I feel I can trust you with my secret." "Of course, monsieur, go on," said D'Artagnan, sensing an adventure on the way. "Well, monsieur, I have a young wife who is a lady-in-waiting to the queen. Yesterday, as my wife was leaving the palace, she was kidnapped." "Do you have any idea why?" "Because of love and politics and the court. Because of the love of the queen." "Queen Anne?" cried D'Artagnan. "Yes! Everyone in France knows that the poor queen is ignored by the king, and that their marriage was arranged simply to keep peace between France and Spain. But our beautiful young queen has given her heart to the great Prime Minister of England, the Duke of Buckingham, and he loves her too." "But how do you know all this?" "From my wife," said the man. "She also told me that the queen has been very frightened for several weeks now. She fears that the cardinal is trying to lure the duke to Paris and trap him, just to disgrace her." "What does all this have to do with your wife's kidnapping?" asked D'Artagnan. "The queen confides all her secrets to my dear Constance, and I fear that the cardinal is trying to learn those secrets." "Do you know who actually kidnapped her?" "I do not know his name, but I can describe him. He's a tall, dark nobleman with a black mustache, a scar on his right cheek, and a patch over his left eye." "Why, that's my man of Meung!" cried D'Artagnan. "Are you sure of the description?" "As sure as my name is Bonacieux," said the man. "Your name is Bonacieux? It seems that I have heard that name before." "That is quite possible, monsieur. I am your landlord, and since your very important duties have made you forget to pay your rent for 3 months, I thought you might find the time to help me, and—" "Of course, Monsieur Bonacieux!" cried D'Artagnan. "Just tell me the rest." Bonacieux took a letter from his pocket. "I received this last night," he said. D'Artagnan read, "Your wife will be returned to you when she is no longer needed. Look for her, and you face arrest." "Oh, monsieur!" cried Bonacieux. "I am terrified of being thrown into the Bastille. Please help me, and I shall forget about the 3 months' rent." "Yes," said D'Artagnan, "that is an excellent reason. You have won me over." As soon as Bonacieux had left, D'Artagnan sent Planchet to find Athos, Porthos, and Aramis. when the three Musketeers arrived. D'Artagnan told them of Monsieur Bonacieux's problem. Just as he was finishing the story, the landlord burst into the room crying, "Save me! They're here to arrest me!" Four armed soldiers of the cardinal's guard stood at the door. "Come in, gentlemen," called D'Artagnan. "We are all loyal to the king and to the cardinal. If you have come for this man, then take him." "But you promised—" cried Bonacieux. "We can only save you if we are free," whispered D'Artagnan. "If we are arrested, we cannot help you or your wife." So Bonacieux let himself be led away by the cardinal's guards. As soon as they were gone, Athos said, "You have acted wisely, D'Artagnan." "Thank you, my friend. And now, gentlemen, from this moment on, we are at war with the cardinal."